Did you know that the town of Platoro is so isolated that there is no population information about its residents, or that the town of Meeker has over 160 miles of trail to hike? Today, we will look at the top 10 most secluded towns in Colorado. To determine which towns are the most secluded in the state, the area has to have at least 100 residents and a post office and must be far away from any other major city. Let's get up close and personal with the state of Colorado, shall we? 10. Crestone. At the foot of the western part of the Sangre de Cristo Range is the northern part of San Luis Valley. Sitting prettily and meant to be undisturbed is the first secluded town of Colorado, Crestone. With a population of only 138 people, the town is the 376th most populated city in a state that has just around 471 cities. Crestone has a total area of only 246 acres, and to get to this little town among the mountains, you would have to travel on a remote highway in the San Luis Valley. If you're wondering why you would want to go through such a lonely drive to get to the remote town, well, the fact that Crestone is a renowned spiritual destination could be enough to attract you to the small town. The town of Crestone is home to many Buddhist temples and a Zen temple, so it is safe to say that this location is capable of catering to the spiritual needs of all. If spirituality is not enough to attract you to the town, you should know that Crestone is also home to nature in its most exotic form. Just about 10 miles from Crestone is the Sangre de Cristo Wilderness, which not only gives the town an even more secluded appearance, but also offers all kinds of fun outdoor activities. The small town of Crestone is also well known for the stunning 14,000-foot peaks that shape out the skyline just east of the town. And in the Sangre de Cristo Wilderness is the 14,197-foot Crestone Needle, a peak that some climbers have dubbed Colorado's most difficult to ascend. For a town so secluded, you have to admit that Crestone certainly has a lot to offer. 9. Saguache. Saguache is yet another tucked-away town hiding between the rugged peaks of the Sangre de Cristo Mountains on the east and the San Juan Mountains on the west. The small but historical village in southern Colorado was established in the mid-1860s, and it still maintains its antique ambiance. Saguache is a place where you would find beauty in seclusion. The town offers some of the most scenic and isolated places to pitch a tent and camp out. The town of Saguache is so secluded that it only has one school, a library, a museum, 4 churches, 2 restaurants, and a single liquor store, 2 grocery stores, and an organic farm. It may not seem much to you, but all that is enough to cater to the town's population of about 531 people. Other than its residents, Saguache attracts some crowds yearly because it is the gateway to the San Juan Mountains, which is home to the Rio Grande National Forest and the La Garita Wilderness Area. The town of Saguache offers an array of outdoor activities like most other Colorado towns, but one of its most notable attractions is a museum that shows off a convicted cannibal. 8. Marble. You might not have heard about the town of Marble before, but its contributions to public spaces and monuments in the state and country are better known. The town of Marble is home to the Ewell Marble Quarry, and marble harvested from this world-renowned quarry was used to build the Lincoln Memorial, civic buildings in San Francisco, and plenty of other structures in most of the country. The town of Marble is located deep in a valley of the Upper Crystal River along the Elk Mountains in Gunnison County. Unlike most of the county, however, Marble is on the north side of Schofield Pass, which is inaccessible to most cars and is geographically separate from the rest of the county. Marble just might be the most secluded town on this list, but despite its remote location, the town is a bit of a summer tourist attraction. It holds the Marble Sculpting Symposium every year, and if you're big on sculpting, you will find yourself among the town's annual visitors sooner or later. The town of Marble has roughly 134 residents, making it the 378th most populated city in the state. The closest major city to the stone town is about 126 miles away, and with most of the roads being inaccessible, getting to the Sculpting Symposium each year might be a daunting task, but hey, it will be worth it. 7. Lake City. Located on the San Juan Mountains, in a valley formed by Henson Creek and Lake Fork coming together, is a small gem of a mountain town called Lake City. The small town houses a population of only about 430 people, making it the 295th most populated city in the state. Although Lake City is a small, secluded town in the mountains, it is also a thriving tourist destination that attracts people from all over the country. People drive through the lonely road of CO 149 to the town just so they can hike the Smugolian Earth Flow, fish in the 4-mile-long natural dam of Lake San Cristobal, and participate in many more activities. The closest major city to this fun-filled town is about 145 miles away. This means Lake City is roughly 2 hours away from the usual fast-paced life of any big city. 6. Meeker. Meeker is a secluded town on the north side of the White River in the county seat of Rio Blanco County, and this is the place to go if you genuinely want to get away from people. The town is deep in the Flat Tops wilderness, and what awaits you there is access to alpine lakes, beautiful mountain views, steep volcanic cliffs, and more. The isolated town of Meeker has over 160 miles of trails to hike around, and the various secluded terrains perfect for camping are spread across the Flat Tops wilderness. If there is one town in the entire state of Colorado where you are guaranteed to find a spot perfect for spending some alone time, it's Meeker. Although it is the most populous town in the county, Meeker still has a small population of only about 2,336 people, which makes it the 160th most populated city in the state. Regardless of where you are coming from, you would have to drive a ways to get to this town, and that just adds to Meeker's isolated charm. 5. Mancos. The town of Mancos is a small one that is hidden in southwest Colorado, near the Four Corners at the base of Mesa Verde National Park. Much like a hidden gem tucked away, there are a lot of things this secluded town has to offer. Surrounded by rangelands, cliffs of the Mesa Verde and the La Plata Mountains, this tucked-away town boasts of an incredible amount of beautiful views. With only a total land area of 0.6 square miles, the gateway of Mesa Verde is home to a population of about 1,221 people, which makes it the 202nd most populated city in Colorado. The residents and the visitors of Mancos are said to have been pulled in by the sheer beauty of the town and the historic nature of its landmarks. Mancos is an art lover's paradise as well, as the town features a community of artists and galleries that appeal to those with an artistic eye. The Mancos Opera House is also a top attraction in the gateway of Mesa Verde, one that attracts some crowds from all around the state, especially those from the nearest big city, which is still 181 miles away. 4. Towaoc. Just west of Mesa Verde on the Ute Mountain Reservation, maintaining a low profile between the base of the sacred Sleeping Ute Mountain and the northeast of the Four Corners Monument, is the capital town of the Ute Mountain Ute tribe, Towaoc. With a total land area of around 3.585 square miles and an elevation of 6,007 feet, the small town maintains a population of roughly 1,140 people, which makes it the 206th most populated city in the state of Colorado. You can say that the secluded town stands tall among the wonders of Mesa Verde, seeing how its closest landmarks are the Yucca House Monument and the canyons of the ancient National Monument. Unfortunately, this secluded position doesn't make Towaoc much of a tourist attraction because there's not much to see and do in the community. The Ute Mountain Casino, however, offers plenty of gambling for some debauchery, and the Ute Mountain Tribal Park offers all the recreation you expect from a park, with activities like tours, camping, hikes, and more. The closest major city to the tribal capital town is about 187 miles away, which makes this town very secluded. 3. Ridgway. Hidden deep in the San Juan Mountains in Ouray County is its most populated, albeit quite secluded town of Ridgway. The town is the 203rd most populated city in Colorado, with a population of about 1,207 people. The tiny yet charming town of Ridgway is around 165 miles away from the nearest big city in Colorado, but for what it's worth, the town is capable of attracting some crowds with its exhilarating outdoor activities. These activities include hiking the Ridgway State Park and Reservoir, fishing in the Uncompahgre River, and snow sports during the winter. If the outdoor scene is not enough to pull you in, well, there is more. Ridgway boasts of a dynamic music and theater scene. Also, at the edge of the secluded town of Ridgway is the Chipeta Solar Springs Resort, a solar-heated soaking pool that does wonders for the body, especially during the winter. 2. Platoro. Platoro is a small town located high in the San Juan Mountains, east of Pagosa Springs, south of Del Norte, west of Monte Vista, and north of Chama. The secluded town of Platoro, which sits snugly in Conejos County, started as a mining camp established in 1888, and today it is not much bigger than it was 2 centuries ago. It is hard to figure out just how many people are living in the town due to the fact that, as far as we can tell, there is no population information for this small town. Of course, that doesn't mean the town has nothing to offer. While other southern Colorado towns are easier to get to, most of them do not offer the beautiful and serene experience the Platoro does. As far as nature goes, the town boasts of a lot of breathtaking views, and there is a lot to do there as well. Not many know this, though, because on the surface, Platoro is not a popular or particularly well-known place to visit. Still, it does offer you picture-perfect surroundings to go with its overwhelming seclusion. 1. Crested Butte. The last town, but certainly not the least on this list, is Crested Butte, a former coal mining town that is now called the last great ski resort town in Colorado. The resort town spans only 0.7 square miles and is about 116 miles away from the nearest major city. If you're looking to get here but don't want to take the long road trip, you can fly into the nearby airport, which is about 30 minutes from Crested Butte. The small town is home to a population of about 1,681 people. In the winter, the population increases slightly because the ski resort pulls in a handful of people who desire the thrill of skiing on pristine slopes in the middle of nowhere. Before you start packing your bags and planning a winter trip, you should know that Crested Butte is often referred to as Colorado's snowiest town, which means the town may give you more seclusion than you bargained for. In the winter, most of the roads to the resort town get closed down, and it is also easy to get snowed in and trapped in the ski town. If you are still interested in visiting Crested Butte, you should be prepared to be cut off from the world all through winter. What about the most secluded towns in all of America? Watch this video to discover those.